he absolutely didn't.
So, some people might not like to see this, but this is a frozen chick, and this is what I'll be feeding to my snake. But first I've got to let the chick defrost. Some people may disagree with feeding your snake chicks and only stick to mice and rats, but the only difference between the nutrition value in the chick between mice and rats is that they are a little bit more fattier. So I do still feed my snake. I feed him 2 small mice usually, but just today I thought I'd give him a little bit of a treat, give it a bit more enrichment as well, as he doesn't usually have chicks, so see how he does really. But first I've got to let it defrost, so I'll just put it under Sheldon's lamp. But it is time to feed Emerald. So I usually feed her every other day a mixture of crickets and mealworms. She is on mealworms today, so this is her bowl and I need to clean it out. The bowl is all clean now. I just need to add some calcium dust and add the mealworms. So I'll be adding them from my mealworm farm. So we've got a nice amount of mealworms. What I just like to do is give it a shake so they all get a bit calciumed up, so she gets that nutritious calcium dust by ProRep into her system. This is so she doesn't have metabolic bone disease, as she doesn't have a UV light. But leopard geckos don't necessarily need a UV light as they are nocturnal, so won't usually get UV rays anyway. But I just like to give it her just as a little extra. Straight away, no messing. See, I like to use these tongs with the little rubber bits at the end, so if she does accidentally bite it, it doesn't hurt her teeth, whereas a metal one, it could scrape and rough them up. She's not very good at chasing her own food. But if I put it in front, there we go. She usually grabs it. I'm trying to get her to come out, but I have the pot over here, so when she does want to come out eventually at night, she can just take as many as she wants. But with the crickets, I just let them kind of run around the whole enclosure, and it's a bit of enrichment for her. So this monster right here is Octavius, or Octi for short. He does usually have this cork little hide to have in there, but I've just taken it out so it's easier for me to feed him. He is very food activated. As soon as I start fiddling with the lock, he's literally ready to pounce. What's the matter, little Octi? Do you want your food? Now, as soon as I start unlocking and opening the cage, he knows exactly what time it is. So I've got to be quite fast. I usually like to feed him outside the enclosure. As you can see, it's aspen bedding, so when the chick or mouse is wet and it gets on that, it gets covered with it. And I'm not too keen on Octi ingesting any of that, so I just like to keep it outside of the enclosure so I know that he's not, well, he's just ingesting the chick. He just looks so angry there, with the legs sticking out his mouth. But he absolutely demolished that chick.